Yeah. It's the Arkatech Beatz Music Business Podcast. I'm your host, uh, Juggernaut. I forgot my name right there. But check this out. I just wanted to just give you guys a inside look at the new website relaunch. We've just relaunched architectbeats.com. New design, new functionality, etc. I just wanted to kind of go over that real quick for those who have been asking us, hey man, where's the Beatz at? We want Beatz, we want your Beatz back. And for a while, we've kind of refrained from doing that because we wanted to make sure that there was the right protections in place, because as the internet can be a little funny, once you start putting Beatz online, they go all over the place, and there's no way for you to really to keep an eye on it unless if you're not connected to a content ID type of situation, like with some of the larger beat sale places. But we figured some things out, and I'll get into those things as we start to kind of go through our situation and telling folks, what to do and how to get it done. But as you go into the site, of course, it's going to have our new releases where the tracks at. It's going to have the menu, and for the things that you might want, whether it be our podcast, the blogs, we have a new NFT tab, things that talk about new NFTs, new projects that we're into, and just kind of showing and highlight our collection. And then we have a new tab called the ABE Artists, Architect Beat Entertainment Artist Program. And basically, what you're going to find on here is going to be some different links to different resources, right? Places where you can save different things that we use, and just trying to give you guys the resources that you need to kind of further your career. What I start to realize and what I notice is that for all of the things that you don't know about, that's really what hurts people, is you don't know about the things that could either save you time or save you money. And it's very important for you to have those type of resources to help to kind of move your career forward. But let me get into this website rebuild. As you can see, we kind of have our little promo video going on, so you kind of know who we are, what we do, and stuff like that. And we basically start off everything with the latest beats, latest singles. If we put out this Lil Keed record back again, rest in peace to Lil Keed, as he just recently passed. And we have the latest beats here. Of course, if you want to hear any beats, of course, you can always hear the previews. Right. So just different beats. Of course, if you want to get into the tracks themselves, of course, you would just click on those tracks, and then you would basically see our license terms and what these tracks are good for in terms of what you want to use them for, as far as what's permissible, etc. But that's basically that. And if you want to view all of the tracks, of course, it'll take you to a beat player and has all of the tracks that are there, and you'll be able to see what's available. We'll be uploading new tracks essentially every week on here. Some tracks it'll be new tracks every week. Let's just put it that way. Of different genres, different vibes, different speeds, etc. Just different stuff that we'll be uploading. Just keep a lookout for that for your project. And I think the thing that'll be different for us with our beats versus everyone else's beats, we're creating a platform that's a little bit different, where you'll be able to say go to different places to download tracks, etc. You'll be able to use them and distribute them and have audio streams and do some profit situations. The songs that people record for us, people have the ability to resubmit those songs to us for us to review those records. And if those records if they resonate with us, then we may be willing to help release those records through our distribution deal with the Orchard. It's one of those things that we want to be able to provide to artists. If we feel that artists are dope, right? So they'll say, well, what's the benefit of me going through that and versus going through a DistroKid or maybe a TuneCore or something like that. Remember, with those systems, those are systems that are just flooded with millions and millions and millions of songs over the course of a year. So you're basically a small fish in a huge ocean. Whereas when you're going into these other systems, once we upload something through our panel, it immediately will alert like our label managers and things like that. And they'll start to say, well, what is this? Who is this? And, based on the type of music that it is, it can get some additional attention that you might not be able to get going through some of those other aggregators. But again, it would have our stamp on it. It would be us trying to put the situation through it. But it's only for music that you record on our tracks, of course, and music that we listen to and that we're okay with putting it through our system. It has to go through that type of review process that me and Mike basically like to kind of do to make sure that we're not co-signing any trash, right? So if you got trash music, we're not interested in that. So that's the Beatz, really. Where we're also offering some new things in terms of like sample packs for producers, drum kits, etc. So you definitely want to take a look at that if you're a producer or if you're someone that's trying to kind of get your sounds together. We'll be offering more of those in the future and a lot more of those things. A new part of the situation too is our merch situation, where we're offering some merch for folks who are affiliated with us, people who rock with us. You got the hoodies, you got the sweatshirts, etc. And then there also is some merch that we're putting together, or that we have put together, that's inspired by part of our NFT collection. And I'll show you what's happening with the NFT collection as well. Of course, we have our blog, and with our blogs, we tend to drop articles about the music business, different aspects of the music business, things to answer your questions. Right, we want to make sure that we're providing that type of information and resource so that you can get a better understanding of the music business. Like, these things will help to save you time, and right, if they save you time, they're saving you money. If you want to be notified by what's happening in terms of the blogs, etc., then just subscribe to our newsletter, and you'll also receive special discounts and things of that nature, and first looks at new products that we'll be introducing into the market. So, you click on the About page, you get a little bit about us, who we are. We're that Grammy-nominated music production team from New York City. Our Grammy nomination was tied to Big Pun's Capital Punishment. That we're from New York, now we're based in Atlanta. And then you get to see our client list, right? And this is not our whole client list, but this is the majority of it, or I wouldn't say the majority of it, but a huge level of it. And you get to kind of see the artists that we've worked with over the years. And then you can kind of listen to the songs that we did individually. And we've placed links in those things. We didn't do that before, but now we've done it to where you can listen to that. And we also have a list of our corporate clients. The basically is the business partnerships that we have. Everybody that you see listed here, we've either worked with or we're still currently working with, and have some sort of a connection to them. So you'll see like Universal, Atlantic, and these are all from the deals that we've done in the past with various artists, Sony, Interscope, etc. Then for a more detailed situation of our credits, you'll get to see our A&R credits, our producer credits, and the list kind of goes, and where we were featured as far as print magazine, as far as the source, All Hip Hop, Double XL, those type of publications that we've already been featured in over the years. If you go to our shop tab, of course, it has all of everything that we showed on the main tab, all the beats, the drum kits, and the merch, etc. If you want to check out our podcast, the podcast is here. You can listen to it on YouTube. So there's a link here on YouTube, and also a link on Spotify that you can listen to our situation with. The blog posts, you get to kind of see what we're talking about, performing rights organizations, NFTs, tips for, choosing attorneys, etc. And then if you go on our NFT tabs, you get to see our NFT collection. And we're doing something really different with the NFTs. NFTs, they're not only going to have art based, but they'll also be music based with a lot of utility. We want to make sure that we're providing a lot of utility when we're talking about dealing with NFTs. I think the situation where you have some sort of art that people say that unique art, that's cool. I think that's a cool situation, especially when the market is really good in crypto right now. We're in a bear market, and everything is out of control because of the Terra Luna crash. But once the market starts to bounce back, and you'll see NFTs starting to kind of making their run again. You have some things that are going up and down right now, but the NFTs that we want to create, and we want to create NFTs that have utility. Basically, they'll have some sort of functionality. They'll unlock some certain types of content. It'll give you certain levels of access. Those are the things that we're interested in. And so that a person who purchases any of our NFTs, they'll feel that they are getting something for their money and not just getting anything. Or just not just getting, art, which is fine. But, you kind of want to have some multiple utility. That's just our vantage point in dealing with it. And, you have a little bit of our collection and some of the things that we're involved in. These are some of the projects that you can see that we're into. They vary. Different things that we just kind of like, that we gravitated to, So, you can kind of take a look at some of this. This is our partial catalog. This is only the ones that are on OpenSea. There are some other ones that are on some other blockchains, but, we'll get into that at a different time. And then when we go into the ABE artist program, that's, again, new tab. And it's essentially basically a place where you can get exclusive resources from us. Right now, we're in the middle of working on a music publishing course, and I want to make sure that it's very robust and not too complicated, just to make sure that people can understand, like, hey, how do I set up my songs? How do I do all of the things that I need to do as far as getting my songs registered? What do I need to do? How do I get my business set up? And just kind of giving you different resources and breaking down the different places and the different things that you need to do to make sure that you have your stuff up and running, and setting yourself up for success. We also have the Cloudbounce for online mastering. We use this tool for, mastering some of our tracks online. We've been partnered with Cloudbounce now for a few years, and, they've blown up after we've kind of given them that proverbial stamp. They went on to connect with CD Baby and different other places for online mastering. So if you got music that needs to be mastered online and you want to kind of get it done automatically, or online, you can always use Cloudbounce to that. And they have some a good situation there. Also, we've partnered with Songtrust. I know you guys have seen that. We've put that out there for a while now. And with Songtrust, there is a registration fee, and they're very, very good at collecting the stuff that you wrote in terms of your publishing. Their specialty, in my opinion, is surrounded by the YouTube microsync situation. If you're a producer or a songwriter, or say you got a song that's being used in videos on YouTube, they're very good at hunting down those songs and getting you the revenue on that. And they're very good at making sure that they're collecting their situation. They have a very good portal in terms of for you to submit your songs. Those things are very important, I think, when trying to do anything publishing related. You want to make it have a more ease of use in terms of trying to submit your songs. Some portals can be very complicated, right? And, Harry Fox Agency, without really naming any names, right? But if you want to join Songtrust, and I always recommend it, we have a 20% discount for those who want to register. So you can always click that link and get that in. If you want to submit your music for professional music review to us, we use a third-party vendor for that, do Music X-Ray, and that just helps us to catalog and document who sends what in, just for legal purposes. And, for the artists that want to submit for consideration in terms of our distribution channel, this would be the place where you would do it. If you want to kind of get an understanding of the equipment that we're using, we've have an influencer set up through Amazon, and you can basically go there through hitting on this equipment list tab. And then we're also going to be doing something in the future with what we call an Arkatech Beatz private group. And in that private group, we'll be using that to give people a lot more insight into the music industry. People will have access to us, be able to ask us questions directly. Also, we'll be sharing different resources, whether it be like just documents that we may be using in the past, templates, etc., those type of things, beat packs, etc., things that we'll be sharing, just different information, courses, beats, just different stuff that we'll be sharing in the private group that everyone else won't have access to. Of course, that'll probably go with a subscription. We haven't decided what that'll look like yet, but we want to just make sure that there's enough value in it in terms of giving people the content and the things that they need to help move their careers forward. That's really the main thing. It'll most likely be centered around independent musicians, artists, and producers. But, we haven't really decided as of yet what it's going to look like totally. We have some ideas, and there's some framework that we're setting up. But that's really the crux of what we're going to be doing in the future. And then, of course, we have the contact tab. And if you want to ever get in contact with us, you can always send your email and put your phone number and, put in a request, whether it be for anything influence-wise, brand ambassador sides, sponsorships, speaking engagements, etc. But that is the new website relaunch, right? And that's what we've been doing. And hopefully you guys like this. Hopefully you see some value there. Share it with a friend, if you like what's going on. And if you guys got any questions or concerns, always feel free to hit us up. Social media is www.arkatechbeats.com. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Arkatech Beats.